The version of you that's making money while you sleep, she's not doing more. She's doing less, but smarter. I've made over $29,000 selling digital products on Etsy without social media or paid ads, and it came down to 7 tiny habits that fit inside my real life as a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. By the end of this video, you are gonna have that same framework. No time blocks, no social media strategy, no complicated tech. Just simple habits that keep your digital products making sales even when life gets busy. And if you want to go deeper into my sales strategies, the full system is inside the sales sprint, and I'll link that down below for you. But first, habit number 1 starts tonight before you even go to sleep, and that is to decide your money moves before midnight. And this one changed everything for me, and not just for my business. Every night before I go to bed, I do a full reset. The kitchen is clean, the living room is picked up, I lay out my workout clothes and my shoes so I'm not fumbling around in the dark. And I also make sure my laptop is charged and sitting right where I need it. Everything is ready, everything is decided. So when I wake up at 5 a.m., before the kids, before the chaos of the day takes over, I don't have to think. I just execute. I know exactly what I'm doing for my workout. I know exactly what I'm working on in my Etsy shop. There's no decision fatigue, no staring at a blank screen, wondering where to start, no wasted time. And that one thing I decided to work on the night before, maybe it's researching a new product idea, maybe it's uploading a new product that's been sitting in my Canva account, or maybe it's updating the keywords to an old listing. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be decided before you go to bed. Because the version of you that's making money isn't doing more than everyone else. She just set herself up the night before. So tonight, reset your space, charge your laptop, and decide your one money move. But you also need to do habit number 2, protect your money window. Now, I already told you about my nightly reset, but here's the other side of that. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. And that's because 5 a.m. is the 1 hour of my day that nobody can touch. The kids are asleep, my husband is asleep, the house is quiet, my phone isn't blowing up with notifications yet. It's just me, my laptop, and my one money move. And that is my money window. And I protect it like it's paid for because it is. That 1 quiet hour has generated more income from my family than any hustle session I've tried to squeeze in during the chaos of the day. And here's what I don't do at 5 a.m. I don't check emails, I don't scroll Instagram, I don't start a load of laundry or empty the dishwasher. Those things will still be there at 7 a.m., but my money window won't. So I open my laptop because it was already charged from the night before, and I know exactly what to work on because I've already decided it. Now, your money window might not be 5 a.m. like mine. Maybe it's nap time. Maybe it's 10 p.m. when everyone's asleep. Maybe it's even your lunch break. It doesn't matter when it is. What matters is that you find it and you protect it like your income depends on it, because it does. And that brings us to habit number 3, stop letting perfectionism keep you broke. And I still struggle with this one. Sometimes I have a product idea, but instead of just making it and listing it, I keep tweaking it for weeks. I'm changing the colors, trying different fonts, convincing myself that the listing photos don't look professional enough. And before I know it, weeks have turned into months, and that product is still sitting in my Canva account, unpublished, unseen, and unsold. I tell myself I'm being thorough, but really I'm just scared. Scared it's not good enough, scared nobody will buy it, scared of putting a product out there and getting a bad review. But here's what I have to remind myself every single time. Etsy can't sell a product that isn't listed. The algorithm can't promote something that doesn't exist. And your future customer can't buy something they've never seen. Perfect doesn't make sales, published does. So the habit is this: set a good enough standard and hit publish. But good enough doesn't mean I don't care. It just means this is helpful, this is done, somebody needs this today. The published listing will always outsell the one that's sitting in your Canva account. All right, let's move on to habit number 4, feed your faith, not your fear. And can we talk about something that I rarely see people address in the digital product space? You cannot spend 5 minutes online without somebody telling you, digital products are dead, Etsy is saturated, Nobody is buying courses. It's too late. And if it's not coming from strangers on the internet, it might be coming from people closer to home. A family member who just doesn't get it. A friend who keeps asking when you're gonna get a real job. People who love you but don't see what you see. And I wanna be really honest with you about something. They don't understand what you're doing because they weren't the ones that was given the vision. You were. Think about that for a second. This idea, the dream of making money from home, of building something that works around your kids, of not constantly trading your time for money, that vision was given to you specifically, not your sister, not your husband, not your neighbor, not your best friend. The vision was given to you, and that means something. Every single day, before you let the internet tell you what's possible, you need to intentionally feed your faith. A devotional, a chapter of a book, a prayer, a voice note to your future self. Whatever reminds you of why you started this in the first place. Because here's what I know for certain. Etsy is not dead. Digital products are not dead. I am still making sales. My students are still making sales. The only thing that's dead is the shop you never started because some random person told you it was too late. The vision was given to you. Your only job is to protect it. And that is so much easier when you have habit number 5, check the numbers without freaking out. And this one can be a real struggle because when I first started selling digital products on Etsy, I had 2 modes. Either I was checking my stats every 5 minutes, refreshing the page, hoping something changed, or I was avoiding them completely because the numbers just felt so discouraging. Neither one of those is a habit. That's just anxiety with a laptop. So here's what I had to learn. Your Etsy stats aren't judging you. They're not there to make you feel bad. They're not a report card. They're a conversation. And if you learn how to listen to them, they will tell you exactly what to list next, what's working, and what to improve. So once a week, not 10 times a day or even once a day, just once a week, I look at 3 things: views, favorites, sales. That's it. Views tell me if people are finding my listings. Favorites tell me if people are interested but not quite ready to buy. And sales tell me if my listing is doing its job. When you look at your numbers daily, you don't get a full picture of what's actually happening. I've had a $100 day followed by a $27 day. If I were looking at my stats every single day, I would have assumed something was wrong. That's why you have to give the data time to tell you the full story. I can see which products are getting attention. I can see which listings need better photos or stronger titles. I can see which product ideas my audience is responding to. Your stats are not the enemy, they are your roadmap. A listing with 10 views today might be your best seller in 3 months. I had one product that didn't sell for an entire year, and then it started making me $200 a week. But if you quit, you will never get the opportunity for that to happen for you. So check your numbers. Learn what they're telling you, which I show you exactly how to do that in the sales sprint, and then close the tab and go live your life. And that brings us to habit number 6, keep a money idea list. This one is so simple that it almost feels too easy. But I promise you, this tiny habit has been responsible for some of my best-selling products. So here's what used to happen. I'd be in the middle of making dinner or grocery shopping or even taking a shower, and this product idea would just hit me. And I think, oh yeah, let me go do that. But obviously, I'd get interrupted with life and I'd forget all about it. So now I keep a running note in my phone. Nothing fancy, just the default notes app. And every time a product idea hits me, no matter how small, no matter how random, I write it down immediately. But here's where it really gets good. I don't just track new product ideas, I also track product upgrades. Because one of the biggest money moves I've made in my shop isn't just about adding new products. It's also upgrading the products I already have. There are many times when I take a product that's not selling like I want it to, and I make it better, make it more complete, or make it more valuable. And this one habit alone has been how I've consistently gotten a direct deposit from Etsy every single week, even when I didn't upload any new products to my shop for a year. And I actually have an entire video breaking down how I did that. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen for you. So make sure you watch that video later because it will completely change how you operate your Etsy shop. And now let's get into habit number 7, celebrate every win out loud. But before I get into this one, I need to talk about something a student posted in our community that completely cracked me up. She said, "Hey, stop that stinking thinking and get to creating." And at first I laughed, but then I felt it. Because how many of us are sitting on so many wins right now and we're just completely ignoring them? You make your first sale, but instead of celebrating, you're like, oh, it was only $2.30. You get your first favorite and you start thinking, but they didn't buy it. You finally publish your listing and then you think, well, nobody's viewing it. That is stinking thinking and it kills your momentum. Here's what I want you to understand. The people who are making consistent income from their shops are not more talented than you. They're not luckier than you. They just stopped letting their inner critic decide what was a win. Every view counts. Every favorite counts. Every sale counts. Every listing you published when you were scared counts. When something good happens in your shop, no matter how small it may seem, celebrate it. Text your best friend. Post about it in our student-only community. Take yourself out for lunch. Do a little happy dance in your kitchen. And another thing that can help is keep an ongoing list with all of your wins so when you're discouraged, you can go back and look at it. Because here's what celebrating does that nobody talks about. It trains your brain to look for more wins. And when your brain is looking for wins instead of reasons to quit, your whole relationship with your shop changes. I want you to think about where you were 6 months ago, a year ago. Do you even remember what you were worried about then? You've already come so much further than you've given yourself credit for. So stop the stinking thinking and celebrate the wins. But here's where I don't want you to get stuck. Even with the right habits in place, you still may not know how to actually make sales. So I made a video specifically for that. In this video, I show you exactly how to make a sale in the next 24 hours. So make sure you go watch that video so you can get the money rolling in.